This is a spider. Its purpose is to hold things down while you're soldering. Help keep them aligned and positioned correctly. When you're adjusting it, you would basically hold the piece that you're going to be working with, the end that you want to focus the weight on, meaning that this weight is going to transfer from here down to here. So we would hold that end in a position where we wanted it, and we could move the weight up and down to get different angles and different positioning on it. It would give us more or less weight as needed, and or different heights as needed. Maybe we wanted to get this way up on the block, then we could put this up on a soldering block, and we might have some better positioning for it. It has 3 legs. It has a 22.5, 90, and a 45. Each of those legs will serve different functions as we go on and show you later in the video. So this is the original spider. It was designed for pieces typically larger than 1 square inch. This cube that you're looking at here is about 1 square inch. Of course, it's a cubic inch, but we would only be looking at the top as though it were a piece around that size. So that's still satisfactory size for that. However, we also have a model called the mini spider. Or actually, it's called the Spider Mini. It comes with 4 legs, one of which has points in case you have to get even smaller than might be otherwise. Again, it assembles. It has the 45, the 90, and the 22.5 leg, and then it's got the 90 with a point and 90 straight. Again, it would be used the same way. We'd hold that into the embellishment or whatever part that you're using, and basically just push up or down on the spider cube to get higher or lower positioning. So its function is to place a controllable amount of weight at specific points to assist in the assembly components like balls, flowers, leaf bales, bezels, and other embellishments to a backplate when you're soldering. It helps you avoid using a third hand, which has a pair of tweezers that have a large heat sink. There are many times when you're going to want to avoid using a pair of tweezers because of the heat sink properties of it, and in trying to hold it. Also, a lot of people are like myself and they have the shakes, and it's very difficult to place something while you're soldering without shaking, especially when you have heat aiming at the same pace as you're working. So the works really well for that. So there are times when it would be really nice to have a heat sink here. And that would be for similar to this particular bale right here, where we're going to go flat on this piece, and there's a little bit of, it's going to sweat solder, so there's a little bit of solder on the other side of this particular piece of metal here. And the spider's coming down touching it. By having that spider there, we're able to heat the spider and get it almost red hot before we even have to worry about heating the rest of this. So as that gets hot, as soon as we think it's hot enough, all we have to do is flash this down here, and it'll go ahead and solder. The solder will flow like it should, rather than having to heat this back plate up and worry about a pair of tweezers that's in the way, or trying to hold it by hand. You have the spider there to hold it for you.